Hello and welcome back, my friends, to Wonder Boy 3 The Dragon's Trap. Now, you know there's something different about what I have here, and from the last time that we actually saw each other. The reason here is because I use a password. I use the password to actually get myself better equipment and more hearts and still be Lion Man. Now I still have my old save state of the last time I actually did this. So instead, as you can see here, on this we have the ivory sword, the mithril sword, the shogun blade, the thunder saber, the magical saber, and the lucky sword. As for our shield, we have the ivory shield, mithril shield, shogun shield, dancing shield, aqua shield, and master shield. As well as the armor, we have the ivory armor, mithril armor, shogun lamellar, goblin mail, the samurai armor, and dragon mail. So we're just going to actually go with that because, and of course, 5.5 hearts. So what we're going to do is, go to this area right here, because with Lion Man, we can somewhat do a downward slash. So we go down here, and as you can see here, we don't have the gold for this next piece of armor. But where we're going to, you're going to have to drop down here. And this will take you back, but we're not going to go through that. It's actually number 3, which we went to. And of course, randomness. So, consider what you can do here. BAM! An extra heart. So now, instead of having 5, we have 6.5 hearts. So what we're going to do here is we're actually going to jump down here. Jump over here, drop down here, and this will take us to our next area. And the entire time I read. That's all I did. I just read up on the area. So we're just going to go up here like so. And continue forward. And as you can tell, the blue bats are stronger than the green ones, but not as strong. The same with the blue ghosts. Which aren't as bad as the other ghosts. So in this case, I might go the password route. Like I said, sorry about that. Another thing I'm going to point out while I'm doing this part is that this, along with the other LPs I'm doing, it's going to be the last time you're ever going to hear from this mic I'm using. Now, it doesn't mean I'm going to stop LPing. No, it just only means that I've gone and got myself a new mic. I've ordered a new mic, so therefore, like within a day, I should get my new mic. Cause just like with everything else, it has to, everything has to get replaced. So fear not, fair viewers. Nothing has gone wrong. Just, sign of the times and all that. Really? Guys, seriously. I mean, honestly. I mean, with the setup that we have, it's not really a problem to deal with. It's just that we're able to attack a lot better than we have with the equipment I last had on my original file. So as you can tell, this is gonna be an interesting dungeon, to say the least. So in this case, I'm calling Lion Man here Mareg from Grandia 2, of course. Now, I've only seen one Let's Play of Grandia 2, but the guy who was currently doing Grandia 2 is now doing Anniversary Edition. Because of issues, well, he's not going to be doing, he's not going to be finishing his stuff until, he actually gets over, a death that happened in the family. I can really understand that, though. And behold, we have just reached Lion Man's dungeon. I can tell you it's going to be one of them kind of dungeons, and it reminds me of going through Bowser's Castle in Super Mario 1. So we got ourselves some magic arrows, and we go in here. And yeah, this has a Japanese motif. We got ninja. Most people say ninjas, but it's really ninja. I mean, both are, acceptable. I was asked one time, do ninja exist? I didn't know what to tell that kid. I'm like, yeah, ninjas kind of exist. That's funny. Do ninjas exist? That's just funny. So that means we're actually near the end of the game because there's only one boss we have to take on here. I mean, one boss left, and that's the one behind the curse. So the next boss we're going to be approaching will be called Daimyo Dragon. Or Daimyo Dragon. Which makes sense because we're taking on basically a feudal themed castle. Now I read that in this dungeon there's a random drop here that you can get from these Shogun samurai, from these green samurai here. Of course, it's a very rare drop, and it's the Hades armor. I may be wrong on that, but if, and only if I can get that on camera, that'd be nice. If not, well. Well, if I can, I will. Not. No big worry for it, But, money's always good. This is the most cowardly samurai I've ever met. You dishonor me. Your cowardice dishonors me and my honor. If you're wondering if I'm ever going to do Grandia, yeah. Down the line, possibly. But not right now, though. Damn blue ninjas, who the hell you think you are, Cocker Ranger? Reminds me of a fan fiction I wrote one time that I never got to actually putting down to the computer. And the thing about it was, it reminded me a lot of, samurai troopers, aka Ronin warriors. So I thought about it. Like, what if I made a Sentai based off that? Like, Yoroden, Samurai Ranger, or something like that. I don't know. But that was my idea, Samurai Ranger. Anyway, going to see Daimyo Dragon. The most easiest one because all he's doing is just throwing out thunderballs. Anyway, this idea that I would like to call a failed idea was about these 5 guys chosen by some deity. I forgot what it was. But it sounded a lot like samurai troopers. The only difference was, I think it was, they were given 5 different swords. Like one had a katana, I know for a fact. One had a katana, one had a naginata. One probably had a bow. One possibly had a mace. And like I said, it was one of those failed ideas. Because I did give up on the idea because it sounded so silly. Like, I had another idea called Himitsu Keisatsu 500. And the problem with that is, it sounded like Deca Ranger. Except all the characters were named after certain heroes of history. Like there was one named after Sir Conan, Sir Conan, you know. Sir Conan after Arthur Conan Doyle. I forgot his name. These days I tend to forget, but yeah, it was named after the author. There was one named after one of the Seven Samurai, the leader of the Seven Samurai. There was someone named after Sherlock Holmes because he came from Scotland Yard. Somebody from, say, Tokyo Metropolis or something like that. And they were fighting the 7 deadly sins. It was an interesting idea at first. Like I said, I never really got that idea off the ground because I thought it was, to me personally, it sounded silly. And it's the same thing, I had a lot of good ideas, but they just all sounded silly. I never got them off the ground because of that. And I'm considering, you know, during the small break I'm going to give myself, maybe I might look through my old ideas, because I did have ideas at one point, strange ideas, but they were ideas nonetheless, of something that could be the next great tokusatsu hit, or another idea for maybe a Kamen Rider. I mean, the Kamen Rider thing, it worked for me. I just haven't put a lot of effort into it lately because I've been busy with a whole lot of other stuff. And usually it's not like that, but, you know, that's how it is with me. I do get busy, and it's not these kind of projects I work on, but other projects like well, getting my novel off the ground. You know, if I can only get, you know, enough popularity for it, say, oh hey, this guy is making this book here. Of course, I'm well aware that I'm going to face ridicule because, oh hey, the plot sounds like it came from a video game. Yeah, Legacy of the 7 Stars. It sounds like it came out from a video game. Yeah, it does. I mean, the title itself, you know, was inspired by Shining Force. For those who just want to know, the Stars of Great Legacy, that came from Shining Force. Because Shining Force happens to be one of my favorite games that I have in my personal collection. Well, the only Shining Force game I ever owned was for the Sega CD, Shining Force CD, or Shining Force 1.5. I heard of Shining Force 2, but the other Shining games, they were basically, you know, action RPG. Like Shining Force Neo and Shining Force Exa, and then there was Shining Tears. I also had another one called Shining Wisdom. That was done by Warner Designs, but of course I never got into playing it, you know. I had so many games on Saturn, it's ridiculous, let me tell you. What does that mean for me as an author? Sometimes I have failed ideas. I'm not down on myself, but it's like sometimes I feel like I have the most stupidest ideas ever. It's a lot like when I do Let's Plays. I have the most stupidest ideas ever. I'm faced with ridicule because, oh hey, you got haters out there saying, you know, I should die in a fire. Oh yeah, put me on the goddamn pit, why don't you? But, you know, the same can go out there for anybody else. Oh, guess what? You know, I don't care. Fuck you, that's why. Because I'm playing these games for, well, personally, just for the fact that I can share them. And I have the last form of Falco. Now, the good thing about Hawkman, yes, Hawkman. Hawkman here has one thing that all the other forms couldn't do, which is fly. And flying is the one good thing you can do up here because, well, you can land up here. And as we can go up here, monies! Grab all the loots, the monies, and another heart. Well, a full heart if you didn't have one. So let me see. So, yeah. What's in here? Besides returning. What is in here? The Hades armor! That's what we're looking for. We're looking for the Hades armor. The Hades armor is perhaps one of the best items you can actually get. Because it gives you a regen factor. Like, you know how the medicine works in this game? Well, imagine imagine, if you will, the kind of, imagine just wearing that. You know, you constantly wear this armor that has regenerative powers. So yeah, that's why I'm actually going back here. Just to grind for that Hades armor. Well, I got enough for the Hades armor. But as I said before, most times when I'm just writing, it's rather tough. It's rather tough to keep an idea in my head for so long. But when I do, I try to make it, you know, count. So that's why I always carry around my notebook. If not my notebook, my journal books, because that's how I, you know, that's how I keep track of my work. You know, I really don't have to get the 80s armor, but for completion's sake, I will. If you're not gonna fight me, asshole, just back away. Back up. Just back up, please. By the way, this is the last form you're actually going to get throughout the whole entirety of the game. And as they say, you know, one form is stronger than the other. But that doesn't mean you can't transform into the other 4 forms you actually have. You just need to get the last form, which is your human form. So this form I will just call Robin. Because he looks like, you know, a robin. A red robin. So, yeah, we'll call him Red Robin. As I said before, yeah, being a raider is not that easy. And finding a good idea, it's more harder than, you know, than it seems. And then, you know, making sure that idea sticks to you, that's another thing. So that's what I try to do. When the feeling hits me, I just try to, you know, write. And, you know, try to put it down to paper. And therefore, you know, that's about it. Write it down, imagine it while I'm writing it down. Cause that's how I usually figure out what's a good idea. I basically just imagine it while I'm writing it. Because as I said, you know, being an author is just as hard as being a Let's Player. Because you face ridicule. Because, you know, there are so many people out there who want you to do certain games, but they want you to do them their way, not your way. Like, I'm sitting in a old friend of mine's stream. Upstart DJ. Long time friend of mine since my early years as a Let's Player on YouTube. And, you know, there are many people, you know. I mean, he has a small following. And I say, you know, these aren't every one of them followers. I mean, he does good work on his channel and off his channel. At least he's showing the fact that he's active, you know, that's always a good thing. So let's go get that armor, shall we? And as I said before, you know, nothing. Something. Hades armor. Thank you. And as you can tell, I have the Hades armor. So the thing about the Hades armor is if you wear it, your charisma will drop by that much. But if you just want, but for completion's sake, that's why we're getting it. Just for completion's sake. Because it's a nice trade-off, you know, if you don't really care for charisma, or pretty much, you know, your attack power, or, you know, well, actually your defense will raise, but your charisma will drop. And like I said, if you honestly care about charisma, you don't want to wear it. But it's good to have around because if you fall, you can always get back up again. That's the power of the Hades armor. So with that, we're back to our hub world, and guess what? Because we are Hawkman, not the same Thanagarian you heard of before, we can actually fly over here to the final door. So we have the most broken power ever known because of this dude right here, Hawkman. Or as I like to call him, Red Robin. So what I'm going to do right here, it's actually, no. Yeah. Drop a save right here like so. And in the next part, we're going to head to the final dungeon and hopefully get ourselves back to normal and, well, more likely, finish this Let's Play. So stay tuned. More of Wonder Boy, the Dragon's Trap, right after this.